Well, since the anime is coming back, I figured it was time to do this again. Hello everyone and welcome to the top 10,000 year Blood War characters on Bleach Brave Souls. Now with the reveal of the Stern Reader coming out in this game, there doesn't seem to be any end in sight on how many manga characters we're gonna end up getting, so expect another one of these down the line. For now though, please keep in mind that there are a lot of 1,000 year Blood War characters, and this is a top 10 list, not a top 20 list. So not all your favorite characters are gonna make it on here. That doesn't mean they're bad, it just means I ran out of room. With that said, let's begin.
屍ともしばし戦の優越をくれてやる天下の太刀南赤10万億士大王子みんな
Now we're starting off with the 1,000 year Blood War version of Yama, who has a really high SP as well as Frenzy. He can also inflict debilitating burn on all of his attacks, and thanks to his strong attack recharge link, he can more easily spam these strong attacks, which have some pretty crazy range. Now in addition to being able to deal debilitating burn on everything, he's also completely immune from being burned himself. Not only that, but he's also completely immune from being frozen, which makes sense given all the fire. Now finally there's this character special. Not only is it full screen and inflicts debilitating burn, but it also leaves Yama with a vortex move that surrounds him. And while other specials also do this, the radius on Yama's is by far the largest, encompassing most of the screen. Now considering Yama only uses 2 directions in his Bankai, I think there's a strong possibility we're gonna see another version of this character somewhere down the line. And I for one can't wait.
魂魄切削 6%時間蹂躙銃
Now next up we have the 1,000 year Blood War version of Namu, who also has a really high SP and Frenzy. In addition to that though, she's also got Berserker at 20%, meaning that her strong attacks are going to deal 20% more damage. And because she's got a strong attack recharge link, she's able to spam these strong attacks more frequently, which is good because they all have pretty good range, thanks in part to her having Havoc at 20%, which increase the range of her strong attacks and basically make her strong attack 3 greater than a full screen. Now that being said, she's also got a decent normal attack. Out of all the high SP 1,000 year Blood War characters, her attack is tied with Yoruichi's as the highest, and with both a plus 20 bruiser and a plus 20 long reach, her normal attacks are a viable option when needed. Namu also has an extra flash step, meaning she's able to finish raids quicker and is able to avoid specials easier. And then finally there's Namu's special. It does the regular amount of full screen damage complete with a plus 40 devastation, but it also grants protection status to everyone alive to see it, including Namu herself, bringing them back from the dead if they were to die, and completely recharging their strong attacks, which is unbelievably useful in every single aspect of the game, and it's what helped land her on this list. Also, she can't freeze. I forgot to say that, so I'm placing it here at the end.
春光来襲戦人流国病戦記
Now next up we have Yoruichi Shihoin, who also has a really high SP as well as Frenzy. Unlike the other two though, she's got a strong attack damage link, meaning that her strong attacks are dealing 20% more damage. And despite some collision problems, she actually does have really good range, not just on her strong attacks but also her normal attacks, thanks to the long reach. Yoruichi can also inflict debilitating paralysis on all of her attacks, including the normal attacks and the strong attacks, and despite both Nemu's and Yama's strong attacks having a bit more range, hers actually have the potential to hit a lot harder. This is because when she uses her special, it not only deals a lot of damage and paralyzes enemies, but it also completely transforms her, giving her strong attacks an extra 30% more damage, as well as increasing the normal attack damage and drastically increasing its range. It also leaves Yoruichi behind with a lightning vortex move that surrounds her and completely recharges her strong attacks, allowing you to deal even more damage instantly. And because this is a Yoruichi, she gets the extra flash steps, allowing her to do up to 4 at once, making it so much easier to dodge specials, as well as finish quests faster. I'm honestly hoping for another 1,000 year Blood War Yoruichi, who will hopefully be part cat all the time.
これで全部終わりだ
Next up we have the true Bankai version of 1,000 year Blood War Ichigo, who, surprise surprise, also has a really high SP and Frenzy. Now this Ichigo has a strong attack recharge link, which combined with his strong attack 2 boost move and enhancer, mean that he can essentially have an infinite boost. While other characters also have this, his is a bit more special. His boost move actually transforms him and increases the magnifications on both his strong attacks and his normal attacks. This is similar to what Yoroichi's special does for her, except on a slightly smaller scale. That said, unlike Yoroichi, his relies on a boost move and can be done infinitely if you build him correctly, allowing for a large variety of builds, since with it both his normal attack and his strong attacks can deal a decent amount of damage. This Ichigo is also completely immune to being paralyzed, and he's completely immune from being weakened as well. All of this make this Ichigo a very versatile character, and one that definitely deserves to be on this list. Next up is the 1000-year Blood War version of Soifun, who doesn't have a really high SP and Frenzy. Instead, she's got a really high attack as well as Flurry and Poise. Soifun also has a normal attack damage link of 20 and no bad killer. With an Arankar killer, she's able to take full advantage of killer multiplication events, something other Flurry characters aren't able to do. And she's gonna pack quite a punch. Not only does she not stagger and her normal attacks hit twice, but her strong attack 2 is also a boost move, and she has Enhancer. Not just any boost move though, it's similar to Ichigo's, in that it transforms her and increases the magnifications for her normal attack and her strong attacks. Though I will say it is more useful for Ichigo than it is for her. Additionally, this strong attack also surrounds Soifun with a Vortex move, both dealing damage to enemies around her and doubling as a shield. All of this make her an amazing normal attacking character, and useful in both PvE and PvP. It also makes her an excellent character to auto with, as well as a pretty good support character.
挽回ようやく臨月だよ金色やしそぎ地蔵また一福音招待
Next up, we have Mayuri Kurotsuchi, who has a really high SP and Frenzy. He can also inflict debilitating paralysis on all of his attacks, and they all have pretty good range, despite none of them actually being full screen. Though his strong attack 3 does come pretty close. Though that's not the one with the most impressive range, that honor belongs to his strong attack 2, which basically devastates anything in front of him. Now, in addition to Frenzy and a decent range, he also has a plus 20 Berserker, and similar to Namu, also has a strong attack recharge link, meaning on a base level his strong attacks deal more damage than any other character I've mentioned so far, and he can spam them. He also has a really good special. It not only deals a heavy amount of damage and inflicts paralysis, but also inflicts defense weakening, making the damage even greater for the special and the following attacks. You can also flash step in extra time too, making for easier dodging and faster clear times. But what really sets him apart from any other character in this game is the fact that he's completely immune from all status ailments, meaning you can pretty much take him anywhere without fearing enemies' ailment attacks or any of the environmental hazards, which is especially useful in things like Guild Quests and Senkaimon. I'm not really sure if we'll get another character with complete immunity to everything, but it absolutely makes sense that Mayuri was the first.
逃がしやしないさ好きに暴れてくれていいよこの命の檻から出られやしない
Next on the list is Kiryu, who has a really high attack of 777. She's also got Flurry, Poise, and a Soul Reaper killer. In addition to that, she's also got Bruiser at 40%, meaning that her normal attack is gonna deal a ridiculous amount of damage, made even more ridiculous by the fact that her strong attack 2 is a boost move with Enhancer. This boosts her base attack to over 1000, which then deals 40% more damage, and then is basically doubled thanks to Flurry. The lady hits hard is what I'm trying to say. Now in addition to being a boost move, her strong attack 2 is also a heal move, and she's got healer, meaning that under the right build, she's basically the most reliable character in the game, as well as one of the best support characters. Think about it, she's ranged so she deals damage from a distance, and if an enemy were to get close to her thanks to her 16% damage reduction that can be stacked up to 76%, as well as the fact that there's a 50% chance that her defense is going to be up by 33%, she's likely not going to take that much damage, and if she does, she can just heal it, which could be extra if you equip her with the right accessory. On top of this, Kiryu also has a plus 50 Berserker, so even her strong attacks are going to deal a bit more damage than a regular high attack character. That said, her special is another story, and since it doesn't really have any multipliers, and her SP isn't that high. Overall, she's an incredible character, but because she's ranged in a normal attack character, she can be a bit slower than some of the other characters, which can be a bit troublesome depending on what you're wanting to do. Still, you can't beat her when it comes to reliability and support.
わらわは仕事が早いのが売りでな。千住丸の名は伊達ではないぞ。
Coming in at number 3 is yet another Zero Division character. Seriously, these guys are no joke. Sandra Morrow has a really high SP as well as Frenzy. She's also got Berserker at 20, so she's gonna deal an extra 20% more damage, as well as Havoc at 20. So her strong attacks have a really good range, and her strong attack 3 is beyond full screen. In addition to this, all of her attacks, with the exception of her strong attack 2, have a chance to inflict debilitating laceration. And if they do, enemies beware, since Sandra Morrow has the unique ability to deal 40% more damage with anything she does on any enemy that's lacerated. And it gets even better, because whenever she's up against a Mind Rancor, she's extremely likely to inflict laceration, thanks to her second unique ability, which when paired with the first make an incredible combo. She's also extremely likely to inflict them because she can use her strong attacks fairly frequently, thanks to her strong attack recharge link, which also pairs well with her strong attack 2, which is the only one of her attacks that can't inflict debilitating laceration. This is because her strong attack 2 is a barrier move, one with pretty good range thanks to her plus 20 Havoc. I'm actually really enjoying the unique abilities they're giving characters these days, and I'm really excited to see what other abilities they have in store.
I am #1 Zanpakuto creator!
ジャンボクの刀は一振り一殺さ。
He is the #1 Zanpakuto creator, and number 2 on this list. I'm talking about another member of the Zero Squad, Oetsu. Oetsu has a really high attack as well as flurry. In addition to this, he's also got Bruiser at 40 and Berserker at 50. If this sounds familiar, it's because this is basically what Kiryu has, only she has poise and he doesn't. Similar to her though, his strong attack 2 is also a boost move with enhancer. Unlike her though, he's got a strong attack recharge link, meaning he's able to use his boost move more frequently. In addition to being a boost move, this move is also a vortex move that surrounds him. This not only helps protect him, but also deals a decent amount of damage thanks to his plus 50 Berserker. Oetsu also has the ability Guard Break, which does exactly what its name says. So while Kiryu may still be a bit more reliable, Oetsu is certainly a lot faster, and can in the long run deal more damage because his boost move comes back faster. To top it all off, his special, in addition to dealing damage thanks to his plus 40 devastation, also has a slight chance to instant kill. This is useful in any aspect of the game, but especially useful in Zenkaimon. Also, he's completely immune to being paralyzed, which is just icing on the cake. Now before I get to number 1, I know there are a lot of good characters I couldn't mention on this list. Again, because it's called a top 10 list. So those who came close deserve an honorable mention.
4歩のうちに踏みしめた空間の治水火風の全てを凍結する視界氷結
冷圧で一息に押しつぶす波動の99五竜点滅
挽回水無月雑境はこれにておしまい。
小兵を立てて弔うてやろう。恩師が二度と生まれてこぬよ。天体殺量。
挽回大グレン氷林丸敵は全て排除する。
暑かったら言ってくんな。別に抜きしやしねえけどよ。天才戦ケンパ
And finally at number 1 we have Tenjiro, yet another Zero Squad member. Now Tenjiro has a really high SP and Frenzy. Tenjiro also has Berserker at 20%. Now in addition to that, he also has a unique ability, and that's one that increases the strong attack damage of Speech Soul Reapers by 20%. This includes any member of his team, including himself. This means that his total magnification for his strong attacks is 40%, and that's before the Frenzy. Tenjiro also has a strong attack recharge link, meaning that his strong attacks can be spammed, which is good considering they can all inflict debilitating paralysis, and they all have really good range thanks to his plus 20 Havoc, pushing his strong attack 3 beyond full screen. Seriously, this dude has some crazy range. He's also a pretty quick character, because he has an extra flash step, letting him finish quests faster and avoid enemies' attacks. To top everything off, this character also has one of the best specials in the game, that not only inflicts a pretty big chunk of damage thanks to devastation at 40, but also inflicts paralysis and grants a protection status for anyone who's alive to see it, including you, the player. That's not true. But it does bring him back if they were to die anytime after he uses it, completely recharging their strong attacks, pushing him to the very top of this list and marking him as the best manga character we have so far. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for some more top 10 lists.